Hello, and welcome back. In this one, we are going to be talking about the recently aired Crunchyroll Anime Awards and why it needs to change. Now, if you didn't catch it, the Crunchyroll Anime Awards just aired about 12 hours ago as of the time of recording, and non-surprisingly, it turned out to be yet another Shonen Awards in practice. What I mean by this is, of course, the very predictable and repeat winning of 3 major shows, all being shonens, mainly Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2 in this case,
Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2!
but also Demon Slayer and Chainsaw Man. Looking over the awards, they won most. I think about 75% of the awards, maybe even more, were won by these 3 shows. And that is a travesty, and I will be getting into why shortly. Now, in this video, I will not really be talking about the production issues or technical issues I have with the Anime Awards, be it the live translation dubbing they do, which is horrible, or not having the names of the people on stage properly displayed, or any of the other potential issues there. I want to talk about the awards and my big issues with them as they currently stand. And to start talking about that, we will be talking about the so-called Shonen Awards to start. Now, why it is dubbed the Shonen Awards by many, myself included, is that, once again, as I said, the same 2 or 3 shows wins basically all the categories. Even in categories like drama or fantasy, you have shonen winning. And while, yes, sure, technically, a few of these awards, Jujutsu Kaisen or Demon Slayer, whatnot, might deserve to win, it, in my opinion, defeats the purpose of having an awards show when, in every single possible case where you can cram in a popular shonen, you do, and they win. And to me, that is not what an awards show that, quote-unquote, is supposed to celebrate anime should be like. The first thing I want to talk about is the problem with categories in the Anime Awards. To me, they are lacking a ton of categories. Okay, yeah, they have best action, best drama, best comedy, but where's the best rom-com? Where's the best sci-fi? Where's the best, let's say, classical fantasy? Where's the best, well, any number of shows? Best harem, best power fantasy. Like, there are so many categories that can add on to this that would specifically exclude shonens, by the way, at least more or less, and give other shows the possibility to be highlighted and give some variety, which is what this awards show should be about, at least in a bigger sense. Currently, with how many sections of awards they have in terms of categories, they manage to really just fit in there the shonens they want to fit in there, even when it doesn't really fit. Like, best drama going to Attack on Titan? Like, really? I mean, I would not think about Attack on Titan final season as a drama, but okay, sure. And for example, best comedy, Spy Family. It's like, really? Best comedy? Like, sure, there are comedic bits in Spy Family, but it's not what I would call, like, traditional comedy show. But outside of the category changes I would like to see, what this all brings me into is the biggest issue with the Anime Awards as they currently stand, and that is the judging system and how the awards just end up being a popularity contest more than anything else. Now, this is not to say that I would like a system like the Oscars or the Emmys, where shows or movies will often get rewards not because they're good, but because they satisfy some sort of elitist artistic vision, or it satisfies some political brownie point system instead of actually rewarding quality or worthwhile content. No, what I'm talking about here is that I'm happy if they want to have like a community section of the Anime Awards where all the shonens can win everything, but I would rather have a more, let's say, clinical, or rather a more expansive, like judge/critic only anime show where you get to highlight many more anime. Because as the Crunchyroll president whatever said on stage, this is about honoring anime and celebrating anime. But to celebrate anime, you have to celebrate all of anime. We have hundreds of new shows every single year, yet you spend almost the entire awards show talking about the same 2, 3, 4 shows. Like, to me, that has nothing to do with celebrating anime. And it has everything to do about being a boring snooze fest of a popularity contest, because the audience and the judges, at least seemingly a lot of the judges, only watch a few shows and just vote on that. A system that I would rather see is that, hey, maybe you have a select portion of judges. It can be, 50, 100, 200 judges without making it too logistically impossible. But having these judges go through a vetting process of, okay, you have to have watched like at least the vast majority of the shows every year, and let's say you have to nominate, let's say 10 or something per category, and then having the selection of each category be based on the judges' input but that they have had to have watched at least the vast majority of the shows every year, and also maybe giving a reason for why a specific show is highlighted for them in any specific section. And then, instead of having it be a purely weighted process, seemingly, as it is now, where the most popular gets nominated and wins, it would be more based on, let's say, choose your top 10 in non-specific orders, and then the most common ones or popular ones in some sort of algorithmic system, without just doing purely popularity, would create a much more balanced and diversified list of shows. And then we wouldn't have standard popular shonens winning everything or being nominated in everything. We would have way more of a diversified list. Like here, Best Romance, Horimiya. Horimiya for Best Romance? Like, are you kidding me? With the romance shows we've had the past year, this wins it? Like, it's ludicrous to me. Absolutely ludicrous. And no, that's not because I have a specific hate for the show, it's just that these things don't match with what the anime is actually about. Or there are so many other good options, how in the world are they not even nominated? It does not make sense. Which brings me to another issue with this, which is that to me, a lot of the organizers and a lot of the judges, and as well as the presenters, don't seem to even watch anime. Like, they just seem to be there for their paycheck. They don't really have any love for anime. They don't really know a lot about anime. They're there to just present the things, say some gimmicky things, and just peace out. And again, as well for the judges, in my opinion, it seems that for every year, more and more just end up voting for the popular thing. Like, they don't watch too many shows, or they don't care to watch too many shows, and just end up voting for the same plain old popular shonens, which ends with this travesty of an awards show, at least in my opinion. As was said on stage at the beginning of the awards show, this is about celebrating anime. But what does this have to do with celebrating anime when we are celebrating a few select shonens and practically nothing else? To me, when you say we are celebrating anime, to me that means celebrating all anime. It means highlighting shows that might not be popular, that might just be a hidden diamond in the rough, that few people watch, but is really good. And then, on this stage, that thousands upon thousands of people watch, it can win an award, or at least be nominated for some sort of award. And then people can be like, oh, I didn't know about that show. Oh, that show sounds kind of cool. Maybe I'll watch it now because it was nominated or it won this award. Like, that, to me, is much closer to a semblance of quote-unquote celebrating anime. It should be much more focused on highlighting the vast array of amazing shows we get every year, even though they might be niche, even though they might be out of the spotlight or out of the popular culture. It's still a really good product and experience, and it should get its time in the limelight. Which also brings me back to the point of you need more categories to specifically cater to, let's say, shows that aren't just best action, that aren't just best drama. But currently, we're not getting that at all. To summarize, in the end, as I watched the Anime Awards on the side as it aired, I just fell asleep almost. It's like, oh, here comes another category. Let's see who's gonna win. Oh, yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen. Who's gonna win? Demon Slayer. Who's gonna win? Chainsaw Man. Who's gonna win? Back to Jujutsu Kaisen. It's like, who enjoys this? Like, who gets anything out of this? Except for the directors and people responsible for making those shows. I mean, good on them. But I don't really see this being a good viewing experience either. Like, why watch an awards show when you know already who's gonna win the vast majority? There are no surprises, more or less, and you don't really get to know or hear about any new exciting shows if you are, let's say, a more plebeian, normie, non-anime addict like myself. An awards show like this, in my opinion, should be about people, especially, let's say, more normie, quote-unquote, people that might watch some anime, they're interested in it, but they're not really super engaged or addicted to anime, and they don't watch, like, every single show in the season like people like me and you might. And that they can then go and watch this awards show and be informed and enlightened, and end up finding multiple new shows that are really good that they end up wanting to watch because of the awards show. Not just sitting there snoozing themselves to sleep with some cringy presenters that know practically nothing about anime, just repeating and clapping to the same winners over and over and over again. Anyhow though, what are your thoughts on this whole thing? Do you like the Anime Awards as it is? Do you think it should be changed? How do you think it should be changed? Leave all your thoughts and comments down below. I would really greatly like to hear them. And of course, if you like this video, got any value out of it, please remember to like and subscribe, as it greatly helps me out, and I deeply appreciate the support. With all that being said, I hope you have a good day, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.